Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of George Bear Views back at you with another edition of Stout Sunday. And joining me today, we have Robert the Whiskey Scout from the great state of Kansas. Thanks for joining, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
So what stout do you have this fine Sunday morning?
It's called Reign, R-E-I-G-N. It's from Norton's Brewing Company. It's a special release. It said that on the sign when I bought it. I paid $13.99. It's a Wichita, Kansas product, local product here. And it's a Mash Murderers production. And so it's kind of it's an imperial stout for Halloween. And if you, if you look at the photo, you can kind of see the guys dressed in hoods. And
at first glance, it kind of looks like the band Kiss or something on the label.
Yeah, now that you say that, I didn't really think about it, but yeah, looks like the guy in the middle is Rasputin or something.
Yeah,
I used to see of him. Yeah, that's my first and only. $13.99. I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of them.
I think Jeremy was saying he was first in the chat.
Oh, okay. Actually. Yeah, I'm still. Yeah.
Jeremy, get on here, man. There's plenty of room on the panel, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm drinking the Moohoo Chocolate Milk Stout, which is local beer as well. Terrapin Beer Company they're out of Athens, Georgia. Okay. I always get mixed up. I always want to say Atlanta, Georgia, but they're actually out of Athens, Georgia. They've been around for a while, and they actually distribute to a few other states now. They've gotten big enough. They're not only in Georgia anymore. So if you live in Alabama, I think Florida, maybe Tennessee, you should be able to find some Terrapin beers. I've never had this one before. It's 6.1% alcohol. So I'm excited to try it. It does have lactose, and they use chocolate from Olive and Sinclair Chocolate Company in here. So, and Olive and Sinclair is a very popular, very famous chocolatier. So anyway, I'm excited to try it.
Yes, we should
go ahead and pour them up here.
In the little special glass I got from them too.
So it was $13.99, but that we were talking about that before. That included the glassware as well.
Well, no, you had to pay for the glass, but yeah.
But I mean, the total was $13.99.
No, the total was after the glass was $16.99.
Okay, never mind then. I was thinking the $13.99 price was with the glass.
No, $13.99 was just the beer. I think it was another $3 if I remember right for the glass or something. It might have been more. I bought several things that day, so. It's got a nice, very thin chocolate head on it. Not much. I poured it rather slow, though, so it wasn't very aggressive pour. It does have some carbonation build-up bubbles on the glass down low. And it's very dark. You cannot see through it. You can hold it up to the light. There's no. Looks like motor oil, for lack of a better word. It looks like a used motor oil straight out of your car. So you know it's been used and it's dark. Put it back up there.
Yeah, mine's about the same appearance-wise. Very very dark, pretty much completely black. Matter of fact, when I hold it up to the light, I don't see any brownish hues or anything. It's as opaque as you can get with a stout here. Mine pour with a little bit more head, but not much either. I guess you call that a tan head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you getting on the aroma there?
Well, vanilla. I get the vanilla. I get the hops. I get the dark roasted malts we expect with this. Get ever so bit of a almost like a date, the dried dates. You know, like you get in the package from Sunmade. I eat dates and figs.
Jeremy drank a little too much last night playing a Halloween gig. That's all right, Jeremy.
And, you know, a certain amount of chocolate with it. But it's more like, I'm going to say it's kind of, this is going to sound maybe a little nuts, but like a hot cocoa style. And after you make hot cocoa from the powder in the room, how it kind of makes that room smell a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all honesty, it hit the 3. I don't know. I don't get the cinnamon. Not on the nose, but the chocolate and the vanilla bean they show on the side I do get, but no cinnamon on the nose. It's more of a dried dates to me. That's my nose.
All right. Well, let's see. I'll give you my nose real quick. It's just the two of us, so we can just kind of go back and forth pretty quickly here. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate. And honestly, that's about it. I'm getting a little bit, and I do mean a very just little bit of the roast. But it smells very sweet. It smells like it's just going to taste like a chocolate drink. I mean, and that's what they're going for. Chocolate milk stout. Mm-hmm. It's got that Olive and Sinclair chocolate in there. I don't know exactly how many different varieties of chocolate or what style chocolate they put in here, but it smells. I'm smelling a lot of milk chocolate and a little bit of dark chocolate.
Did they add lactose to it for the milk?
They do. Yeah, it says they add generous amounts of lactose sugar along with cocoa nibs from Olive and Sinclair Chocolate Company. So, yeah, it smells really good though. If you're if you like those dessert type beers, I think this would be one to go for just based off of the aroma. I haven't tried it yet, but it smells chocolatey, chocolatey, chocolatey. It's not necessarily the most balanced aroma, but if you like chocolate, you'd definitely be pleased with the aroma. Jeremy played some nice Halloween music the other night at his gig. That's pretty cool, Jeremy. You gotta have somebody. You gotta record some of these things and put them on YouTube. I'd definitely check that out.
I think on Blake's TV, they've got a couple of ones they've done. If you go back on Blake's TV, back in the videos.
Okay.
Like Jeremy on guitar, and then Blake is playing bass guitar in that one.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's time to drink up. All of our college football teams did lose yesterday.
Yeah.
Auburn got beat. I know Arkansas lost to Alabama. I didn't even watch that game, but I know Arkansas got their butts handed to them by Alabama.
I watched long enough to make sure I don't got to wear a jock strap Tuesday.
Creative Mechanic says, I like to age my chocolate milk. I don't know if that would be such a great idea. Creative Mechanic, that's actually my brother-in-law. He has his own channel. He does a lot of just random, like he'll fix stuff and do, all kinds of cool stuff on his channel. Thanks for watching, Ryan. I see you there in the chat, buddy. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Enough talk. Robert, I see you've already tasted it. What are you thinking?
Cinnamon. They got cinnamon in this. They've added cinnamon. They've had to add cinnamon. I don't get it in the nose. In the flavor, it's like you dusted your hot cocoa with cinnamon and then mixed in some just standard dark roasted malt imperial stout. You'd literally get, to me, you're getting cold hot chocolate with cinnamon with dark hops. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And I don't get the dried date so much on it, but I get more of a sugar. There's more of a sweet aspect to it, maybe like a refined sugar, for lack of a better words. I mean, that's kind of help driving that milk, that hot chocolate that you get. You really notice it in the palate. It's not bad stuff, actually. I mean, that's a little steep at $13.99 for 16 ounces, but It's really this is if you got a breakfast stout, this is it. You could have this with a hot cinnamon roll, and you wouldn't be missing a beat.
Now the 12.5%, you said it's not very noticeable. I mean, that's getting up there.
No, but that could be left over from all the tequila I drank Friday too. I still might have a numb mouth. But no, I don't notice it. No, no, I really don't. It's very easy to drink. I don't know if they barrel aged it. They don't say. I don't know exactly. I just don't know much about the company for a local company.
There you go, bud.
I tell you. But I can tell you it's pretty damn good stuff. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Well, Alex, the beer master, has joined us.
I don't have anything because I felt bad for you, Johnny boy, so I figured hang out with you.
You don't have to feel bad for me, Alex. It's Stout Sunday. If nobody joins, we just don't do Stout Sunday. But
well, you are my friend, John. Well,
yeah, Robert here with his stout.
Good.
So, Alex, you gotta get a stout now, man.
I don't have a stout, Johnny boy. I didn't go and go shopping yesterday. You know
Here you go. I had it right to you. There you go. Take it.
Give it up.
If I could pack it, I would just so you taste it. I think you would like this one, Alex. This is pretty good stuff, really.
What company is it?
Expensive though.
Well, yeah, of course. Those kind of big bottles, yeah, they're going to be expensive, unfortunately.
Well, it's also a limited release, and they take advantage of that in the pricing too.
Huh.
When they kind of gouge you a little bit.
What company is it, though?
Norton's Brewing Company.
Oh,
it's a local one here in Wichita.
Oh, I won't ever get that then. No,
I've never even heard of the brewing company before, so I couldn't speak to it.
I'm surprised it's in your area. I'm surprised. Although
I'm in Wichita. This is local to me.
I'm saying you said you never heard of the brewery. I'm surprised because obviously it's in your area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Udall's only, 20 some miles from Wichita. We don't have a liquor store in Udall. The closest one's actually in Mulvane, then you go Derby, and then you go Wichita. So, but Mulvane and Derby each have one. But I bought this. I have to go to the Kansas Geological Survey to drop off samples after a well. All the samples I collect during the well, I dry them, put them in little separate bags, and they go to be preserved at the Kansas Geological Survey for future examinations, and they can use them for a lot of different purposes there. Anybody, you can go into there and you can request samples from any well, set down at their microscopes they provide, and do your own analysis of what happened in that well. Now, dry samples are different from wet samples, but it gives you a really decent overview of what the geologist on that well has seen. So if you want to, I've seen it where I went and got samples before, and certain numbers will be missing from the samples, and usually that's the numbers where he had the show. Now, these are the one or two things. He's either didn't have very much of a show and they tested it, or he's trying to cover up something. They're not beyond that. And all they can do is just tell them, well, I lost them. And
if they're covering up something, that's not good.
No, but you can't. It gives the Geological Survey has no teeth to do anything except for know that the geologist is probably disrespectful. Not a very good guy. But
I was wondering, did you can order that beer?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Alex, you typically can't
order it through me.
Yeah, you can't order beer from out of state normally and have it shipped to you legally. I mean, it's not.
I'm talking about like stores and stuff. I'm not talking about having people send it.
No, well, if it's a local beer, they only distribute to that state. Then sending it to another state would be third party, which would technically not be legal.
Oh, it has to be world.
No, not. Well, no, but it has. If it's only distributed in a certain state and you distribute it outside of that state, then I mean the company wouldn't do that. So that would be that would mean that it would have to be by a third party.
Oh.
Well, you could drive to the state, pick it up for your own personal use. That's
Right, but I'm talking about as far
You're
as
talking
shipping
about-
and across state lines, stuff like that.
You used to be able to do a limited amount of that, and you may be able to. The laws are driven state by state, but Aces up in Minnesota, if I want some unusual liquors, usually they can send to Kansas, but they can't send to other states. They got a list on their states they can ship to and states they can't.
Right, that's what beer and liquor, if they could send it or not send it. Yeah, that's true.
Now this one's through the mail though. I mean, this is actually through the mail. So
Oh, it was. Okay.
I'm gonna have to mute it for a minute so I can blow my nose. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right, go for it. I'll go ahead and describe my beer. I haven't done that yet. We've got Brian, Jeremy, TLC 69, Drunken One, all you guys, Thrash Metal. Yeah, I think I already mentioned him. Creative Mechanic, all you guys, appreciate you watching. So anyway, we'll go back to my beer, which is from Terrapin Beer Company out of Athens, Georgia. This is the Moohoo Chocolate Milk Stout, 6.1%. So like I said, chocolate on the aroma. I've been sipping on it here. Pretty much the same thing on the palate. A lot of milk chocolate, a little bit of dark chocolate. The roast is coming through a little bit on this one, a little bit more than I was thinking it was going to, just based off of the aroma that I was getting. It's not super dark though. I mean, you are getting some nice toasted bread notes, but it's mostly that chocolate. The finish is actually kind of dry. With the lactose in there, I was thinking it would be more creamy and kind of not have that finish, but it does have a relatively dry finish. The bitterness with this one is very, very low. It's malt forward. It finishes malty as well. The chocolate just really makes it sweet and delicious. It's an excellent dessert beer. If you like chocolate, you're not going to be disappointed with this because that's what you're getting. A lot of really good chocolate notes, and it is sweet. It's not as sweet as the vanilla ice cream stout that I had last week. That one was almost cloyingly sweet. It was just over the top. This one's a little bit better balanced than that, but it's definitely malt forward and sweet. So if you don't like chocolate and very sweet beers, you probably wouldn't like this, but I do, and I think that it's a winner. Of course, the 6.1%, it's non-existent in here, but I'm really enjoying it. I'll give a rating here in a little bit. Let's catch up really quick on the chat. I just got a ton of.
Hey, John, is there any vanilla notes in that beer or no?
A little bit. Typically, when you have chocolate notes, you get a little bit of vanilla notes. Yeah, a little bit, but it's mostly milk chocolate and dark chocolate.
Okay.
Mostly milk chocolate, though, actually, more than the dark chocolate. I think some of the dark chocolate notes are coming from the roast. Actually, and not actual chocolate. Let's see. Jeremy says they made something called Witch's Brew, and I drank quite a bit of it. I think he's talking about last night at his gig. He says, massive headache this morning is all that's left of it. Craig says, keep a lookout for the Stella Artois Midnight Lager. You'll like it. I'd love to see a review. Yes, I am definitely looking for that. I did find the Budweiser Black Lager last night or yesterday, and I bought a 4-pack. It only comes in a 4-pack. It's 7.1%. I believe it's another collaboration. I believe it's Jim Beam, much like the Copper Lager. I haven't really looked at it, done much research on it yet, but I probably will post a review of that later today in between football games.
I'm interested in seeing. Think about the Copper Lager when you drink it. And think about what you think between the two. I'm interested in seeing your point of view on that.
I'm very excited to try it. It's interesting. Black lagers are typically not that high. That's a high ABV black lager. 7.1% is getting up there. Black lagers are usually, 5 to 6 range, a little bit more sessionable for people who like the darker roast of like a porter or a stout, but they don't want all the body. That's what typically you would go for. That's why, black lagers are popular among porter and stout drinkers. So this one kind of being a black lager with that high of an alcohol, content. It'll be interesting to see how the flavors present themselves and if the alcohol is going to be noticeable, because you typically don't get that kind of body with a black lager, but we'll see. Let's see. Jeremy says, cheers, Dio and Thrash. We got Jacob Downey in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, Jacob.
Jacob Downey. Bart
Robinson is in here. Says, good morning, guys. Have a great Sunday. Raining like hell here in South Jersey. Well, it is sunny here. The weather here has been great. I'm very happy we're finally through the 90-plus degree temperatures here in Georgia. Today, I think the high is supposed to be 71, sunny. So very nice weather here.
It is telling the truth. It is raining here, John. So.
Says, cheers, guys. Cheers to you, Craig. Thanks for stopping by on this fine Stout Sunday morning. We've got Sut in the chat. It says, cheers, out in the field pheasant hunting with kids and dogs. All right. And yet you still have time to pull up Stout Sunday on your phone. That's awesome.
Pheasant season isn't open here yet.
What's that?
Pheasant season isn't open here yet. Usually opens the first weekend in November now.
All right. Jeremy says he's recovering okay. He's unloading his band gear while watching this. All right. Let's see. We are caught up on the chat. Thanks, everybody, so much once again for stopping by and commenting. We appreciate it. Wouldn't be doing this without you guys. And let's see. We'll go back to Robert the Whiskey Scout with his beer. Been sitting on thinking about it a little bit. What's the verdict there?
Poured my second little glass of it. There's a little, you do notice just a bit of the bitterness as it goes along on the side of your tongue, but it's not unpleasant at all. It just helps complete the experience, in all honesty, because you expect a certain amount of that with stouts, especially imperial stouts. I'll go ahead and score it. I'll give it a score of 93 out of 100.
That sounds like a delicious beer, like you said.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really good beer. I think it's worth the $13.99 to try once. It's not something I think that, unless you've got a real affinity for this, now you'd want to spend a whole lot of money on it. But for what it's designed for, being a special release for Halloween, it's a very good beer for that. And it's just a good beer. I mean, again, the price makes it certain amount of you don't want to spend that much money on a beer all the time like this, but once in a while, it's fun to do.
I have a suggestion, Robert, and it's up to you, buddy. But do you think it's possible for you to get another one of them and actually age it and see what it tastes like a year later or two?
Yeah, I could probably do it if they've got them. I mean, I'll have to go back to what next time I'm in Wichita. If they still got them on the display there in the liquor store, I'll buy one and do it. But it's all dependent upon what they have available.
Right, if they ran out or not. I get what you're putting down.
Because I really honestly think, as I said, it's just a limited release, local release for the area.
True that.
And I just think it's, it's probably I don't know how much they made. I can't tell you. I don't know if aging in the bottle's really going to help it, to be honest with you.
I mean, what's the ABV?
12.5%. So it's going to age in the bottle. There'll be no problem storing it down here in the basement for a year. And it might be interesting if they do this again next year to compare this year's with next year's. Now, that might be an interesting option. So
perfect, Robert. You just put it on the money. Perfect.
That would be very, very interesting. But I'll try to pick up another one. That's a good idea, Alex. I think I'll run with that. So
yeah, why not? I mean, I'm crazy. Don't mind me, Robert. I just find crazy ideas.
It's actually a good idea, Alex. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So you're still crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're a little bit crazy.
So I'm going to go ahead and give my rating here. The more I sip on it, the more I like it. It's not too sweet. It is definitely more of a dessert beer, but it's not nearly as sweet as some of the ones that I've had recently. You're getting a little bit of that roast, which is nice. Definitely lets you know you're drinking a beer and not a chocolate-flavored drink. But definitely a chocolate lover's dream as far as stouts are concerned. Maybe a little bit more bitterness on the finish to balance it out a little bit more would have been nice. But overall, it's an A. It's definitely in the excellent range. I'm going to go 1 point higher than you, Robert. I think this one's a 94 out of 100. It's getting up there towards a solid A.
Okay. I got no volume on you. I can't hear you. No.
Oh, wait a minute. He muted himself. That's why. Johnny Boy muted.
Yeah, you're mute for whatever reason.
You muted yourself, brother.
All right, you can hear me now?
Yeah. Hear you now.
I did not mute myself. It just I had an error message pop up that said your mic lost connectivity. Try to mute or hit the unmute button to reestablish connection.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
You
so
were going and there was nothing coming out.
okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know where I dropped off, but yeah, I get this is a 94 out of 100. It's a delicious beer. If you like chocolate and you like stouts, I don't see how you could go wrong with this. The only thing, like I said, maybe a little bit more bitterness on the finish to balance it out, and maybe a little bit more roast in the middle to really give you that good, those good toast notes that you get from a good stout. But yeah, overall, it's an excellent beer. So 94 out of 100 for this one.
Sounds good.
Blake TV is in the chat as well now. Cheers to you,
Cheers,
Blake.
Blake.
Robert is still recovering from Friday night hanging out with you. So I guess that's I don't know. I guess he had a good time.
I was at the doctor's office with my wife earlier that day. There was a lot of people wearing them masks and crap. I hope I didn't get some bullshit. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't catch something from all those people because I hate going to the doctor's office where everybody's sick.
No, I did too. You get stuck in there in the waiting, out there in the general waiting area with all the sick people. So yeah, I hate going to the doctor.
The last morning has been a coughing, congestion-filled morning, but that kind of goes away as the day goes along. But
right.
You were supposed to go to a football game yesterday. Today.
And Alex, it was actually a blessing in disguise because that would have been a 2.5-hour ride home of me nothing but totally and completely pissed off.
Oh, okay.
How OU can lose to a team that got nothing to play for that ain't very good. We have everything to play for, and we look like a damn high school team playing. Our defense did anyway. I'm not going to go into details. Don't get me started.
I'm sorry, Robert. I seem to get you on start on crazy things.
No, on that, it's not a pleasant. I'm a diehard OU fan, and
Kev's in the chat. Our buddy from the UK. He says good afternoon, good morning. It's morning here, but afternoon over there.
Yeah.
He says, please take those scary masks off, guys. Well, Kev, I think I'm stuck with this one. It won't
Let me
come
see
off.
if I can get mine off. Hold on. I can't get it off.
I've tried, but I'm stuck with this. Sorry, buddy.
Glad I'm scary to somebody. Most people don't find me scary at all. They just think I'm a teddy bear, and that's the truth. That's kind of the truth. I'm just a teddy bear.
Well, you're a cool person, Robert. That's why people like you.
Well, thank you, Alex.
So, Alex, let's while we're still live here, since we've all talked about our beers and everything, and since you don't have a stout, well, tell us what's coming up on Food Friday next week.
Sushi.
Okay.
And you like that, right, Johnny Boy and Robert?
I like it.
Well, I
but
love
I will be working.
Okay. Oh, you'll be working at the rig. Okay.
Yeah, Western Kansas, I would not be able to find sushi. Where I live here, close to Wichita, I can get sushi.
Well, you let me know if anything changes. If not, you can come the following Friday.
I will, Alex. I will. I might end up just watching, and commenting because, like I said, out there it's not something that's readily available.
And you don't have a good exception either when you're at the rig either.
No, but each location's different. I'm closer to the town of Ellis this time, so.
Oh, so you might able to check it out. Okay,
yeah,
awesome. Beans.
I can get a little bit of reception there.
Awesome beans. Because there are a couple of times I talked to you and you were at the rig. So yeah, you did have good exception a little bit.
Yeah, just all depends on the location and where I'm at.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about this the CBS stuff.
I can't get it. I've tried. They got KBS stacked up at that one liquor store I go to, and even still at Burgart, they still got a couple of 4-packs of KBS. They keep telling me at Burgart that, oh yeah, we're going to get the CBS, but they never do.
Well, the CBS now, if you can get the CBS now, it's last year's version. CBS for the 2019 year has not been released yet. It's not released until mid-November.
Okay, well, that's a good thing to know then.
So if they say they're getting it, that probably means they are getting it. But the problem is it has not been released yet. So
wait a minute, so wait a minute, I don't have to worry about CBS until November.
Right, it's not released until I believe November 9th. Or maybe it's either the 9th. It's either the 9th or the 29th, but it's in November. So you cannot buy the 2019 CBS yet because it has not been released, Alex.
Oh, I thought they said the 21st of October. Maybe I misunderstood. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's the 21st of November. It's in November, though. I do know that. It's I'm pretty sure. I could look it up and try to get an
I might have misunderstood. I don't know. As you
27th, so it would be. Let's just say it's the middle part of November. We're looking at 2.5 weeks, roughly. If I'm guessing right. If it's the 21st of November, it would be 3.5 weeks, roughly. So, but they have told me that several times, and I check on it. I just knew it came out in the fall myself. I didn't know exactly when. So, John, you're froze, buddy.
No, you got the phone.
You're not.
I was looking at the founder's website trying to find a date.
You were so still; it was hard to tell.
Anyway, it's sometime in November. I don't know. We don't have to.
No. All I can do is keep checking. That's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, I'm the reason why I said something because I heard that there's some racist stuff, and I was getting confused. Should I get CBS? Do I really want to get it and try it and all that good stuff? And
by getting it does not mean you're supporting racism or not supporting racism, Alex. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, my friend. Buy what you like and try what you like.
Okay.
We're too bound up in so many little idiosyncrasies right now in this world. And everything is amplified and completely blown, completely out of proportion to a extreme effect. And not that I'm saying it's not there. In certain cases it's there, but certain cases it's there on both sides. And it's just the way it is. I mean, it's an unfortunate part of being at this moment in time in the United States. It wasn't like this even when I was a kid in the 80s.
Oh.
I mean, I never 80s and, I developed, I went through the Army in the 80s, 90s, late 80s, I got married, 90s. I never noticed any of these things. I've always never, but since about 5 years ago, it seems like every little thing is so blown out of proportion suddenly. And I don't understand it. I don't have no issues with anything, and I'm at a loss for words. I don't want to get too political here, but it's
that's all right. We on Ron's Fandango Friday we talked about founders a little bit, and all I have to say is I love founders. I've always enjoyed their beers. I think they make some of the best barrel aged stuff on the market. I think a lot of this is driven by people that are threatened by founders, and founders does a really good job with their beer. And I think a lot of it is people just don't want to see them succeed. They want to see them fail, regardless of whether or not, if you really look at the facts, there's not a lot of evidence again. I mean, you've got ex-employees coming forth. You've got it's like disgruntled people are saying things about founders. So the validity of some of the stuff that's being, some of the accusations, I don't even know.
You can't make a decision on a company based on a simple one-off lawsuit. If you do, because people in this era of litigation, if they can turn any little thing that may be intended or not intended, most likely, into something that it isn't. Because lawyers drive this shit.
Oh.
Yeah. It's all about,
Bless you.
it's all
God
about
bless you.
money. It's all about, yeah.
God bless you.
Bless you.
But
I just want to make sure, Johnny boy, because when I do order the CBS, I want to make sure I can enjoy it and stuff like that. And I talked to one of my other YouTube friends too, which is Rod J, and he said, you know, it's up to you if you want the CBS or something. Like that.
I'm with you, Thrash.
I just, you know, I want to make sure we're good on it. You know.
Yeah, I would caution you differently if you got the bottle and it had a burning cross and a noose hanging on it. Then yeah, you might want to stay away from it.
Right. True that.
We're not in that situation here at all. We're not.
Right. Yeah. Founders is far from that.
It's got a picture of, albeit working free, whatever there was they had on the little thing over there at Auschwitz. Yeah, you might want to stay away from those bottles. But, you know, a simple lawsuit, you got to be really careful because a lot of people and lawyers drive it, and it's just an end around game for somebody to try to make money where a slight is blown out of proportion sometimes.
As of right now, I can get the CBS unless I
have no problem buying any Founders product. Okay. Until Founders comes out and says we belong to the blah 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 clan or whatever, then I'm going to have an issue. But.
Right. That's true.
And if that happened, they probably would be shut down by. I mean, you know, so that
they'll have a very limited clientele.
Right, they would definitely lose a lot of.
None of them have any hair on purpose, not because it's fallen out. You know, there's going to be a lot of other issues involved in this whole situation.
Right.
But yeah, I'll let it go. That's enough.
I appreciate it, Robert. I just want your guys' opinion. That's all I wanted to know and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, let's see, guys. So Robert's 94 out of 100 or 93 out of 100 for mine. Robert gave his a 94.
No, I gave mine a 93. You gave yours a 94.
There you go. I keep track of our score there. We both gave them A's.
Yes.
So another successful Stout Sunday.
Yes.
Alex gave his. How's the air quality, Alex?
You're real funny. Good. Keep it up.
The air quality in New Jersey is an A, I guess, as well. So A's all around. Let's see.
It is raining. It is raining
on Food Friday. So go check out Alex's channel on Friday for that. And if you haven't already checked out the Whiskey Scout, he does the best whiskey reviews on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And I also do beer reviews and food reviews. So stay tuned for all that.
Right.
Thank you very much.
So everybody, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We appreciate it. Hope everybody's football teams win today because yesterday was an atrocity. So yeah, have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. Thanks to Robert and Alex for joining. And we'll see you all on the next. Craft Beer Pour stopping in at the last second. Cheers to you, Brandon. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
What's up, Brandon?
All right.
Yeah.
Alex appreciates it. We all appreciate it, but Alex especially. All right. So cheers, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the football games. And until next time, everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.